We enjoy our weekend morning visits with this gentleman. This is Stuart Harris. He is a professor of law at Lincoln Memorial University. Your law school's name is?
The Duncan School
the
of
Duncan
Law. It's
School
right here.
of
It's on
Law.
my arm.
Your lanyard.
Lanyard, exactly right.
The Duncan School of Law allows him to also do this amazing program that's heard around the world, but originates at WETS-FM Public Radio. It's called Your Weekly Constitutional. Great to have you
Hey, Josh.
here.
How are you?
How are things at the Duncan School of Law?
They're doing extremely well. We're having a great time.
And summer is almost upon all of you.
All of us, exactly right. It's getting kind of warm out there.
The radio program rolls on, and you've got a topic that I think is going to really reach out and grab many of you. It does me. Many people in this area, where I'm from, really identify with Cherokee roots, and many believe they have ancestral roots.
Right.
And then just across the mountains, we have a town called Cherokee.
Right.
And your topic for the week is this a nation? Is this a tribe? And are they citizens? Of course, many of them are.
Right.
And how does that fit in with the fact that they were here before the Europeans were?
That's exactly right. I mean, there was a great clash of civilization starting roughly in 1500. That's roughly when Columbus got here. And then, of course, the English settlers first started arriving in 1607 at Jamestown, Virginia. And this clash of civilizations involved two very different ways of doing things, or at least two different ways, actually more than that. Eventually, of course, the Europeans formed a country called the United States. They have a constitution, and in that constitution, there are several references to Indians. Mm-hmm. So even in our Constitution, we recognize there's this special group of people. Sometimes we call them Native Americans or indigenous people. What is their constitutional status? I mean, we have treaties with them, so does that mean they are nations? If so, do we have to obey those treaties? And heads up, we haven't always done that. Mm-hmm. And if they're not nations, then what are they? And what does that mean about individual Native Americans? Are they citizens? Are they quasi-citizens? This guy, David Wilkins from the University of Minnesota, who is himself a Native American, has studied this for years and years, and it's a really, really interesting question and an interesting history. In
a time when we're very sensitive to the topic of citizenship and who is a citizen and who isn't.
Well, you want to talk about recent arrivals, you and I are
we're
recent,
the recent
arrivals category.
Exactly.
I think that's the perspective that David has,
and that many of them, by them I mean people who really still truly identify as Cherokee, don't particularly want to be a part of something that they know is not necessarily to the trueness of their roots, right? And is this an issue that is truly out there beyond the realm of the academic?
Oh yes, this is something that really goes to the core of people's identity. It really does. Yeah. People, think of yourself. You think of yourself as an American, right? Mm-hmm. That's pretty important to you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right. Well, maybe it's important to you if you are a Cherokee, or if you are a Lemby, or if you are a Yuma. Whatever tribe or nation you belong to, that's a very important part of your roots. So this is very personal as well as legal.
And because this is a people group that has suffered greatly as historically.
Indeed, it has, yes.
You taught me about the Cherokee Trail of Tears.
Yes, that was quite a story, wasn't it?
It was, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be Sunday at 3 and then Tuesday at 8. It's your weekly constitutional. Stuart Harris is the host. You can hear it on WETS-FM. And thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, Josh.